The restaurant glowed softly under golden chandeliers, the air rich with the scent of roasted garlic, fresh herbs, and old wine. Laughter echoed across the room, business moguls celebrating big victories, wealthy families enjoying the luxury of the night, and in the middle of it all moved a young woman, graceful, almost invisible to the world she served. Her name was Elise. To most guests, she was simply the waitress. A crisp white shirt, a black apron, and a polite smile. But behind her tired eyes lived a story no one there could imagine, because while they dined without a care, Elise carried a world of responsibility on her shoulders. By day, she was a university student studying languages, French, Italian, Spanish, anything she could learn to build a future beyond the limits she was born into. By night, she worked at this luxurious restaurant, her feet aching, her hands sore, but her spirit unbroken. Every paycheck, every tip, went toward her education and helping her family survive. Her childhood had been marked by struggle. Her father worked endless shifts in a factory. Her mother sewed clothes late into the night. But when illness swept through their home, everything fell on Elise. She became the provider, the caretaker, the one who held the family together when life tried to tear them apart. Still, she never complained. She believed that every hardship was simply training preparing her for something greater, and she was right. One snowy evening, as white flakes tapped gently against the windows, a man entered the restaurant who would unknowingly change her life. His name was Laurent, billionaire known across the city for his wealth. And for his arrogance, he viewed people like chess pieces, useful only when they benefited him. As Elise approached his table with her usual polite smile, Laurent leaned toward his date and whispered in French, mocking her appearance, her job, her status. He assumed, of course, that she wouldn't understand a word. To him, French was the language of the elite, a shield he could hide his cruelty behind. But Elise understood everything. Every careless insult he uttered, every laugh his companion tried to hide. And for a moment, the old ache returned, the sting of being judged, dismissed, underestimated because of her circumstances. But instead of shrinking, Elise rose. After gently placing the glasses on the table, she straightened, looked Laurent directly in the eyes, and replied, in flawless, elegant French. Her voice was calm but firm, her words poetic, yet razor-sharp. She didn't insult him. She didn't raise her voice. She simply spoke truths about respect, dignity, and the value of every human soul. The entire room fell silent. Guests turned in disbelief. Laurent's smirk vanished. His date lowered her gaze in embarrassment. And for the first time in years, the billionaire was left speechless. Elise finished with a polite nod, then continued her work as though nothing had happened. But the moment changed everything. Among the diners that night was a university. NR someone, always searching for promising young talent. After witnessing Elise's brilliance and courage, he approached her with an extraordinary offer. A full scholarship, enough to lift the heavy weight she'd carried for years. And as for Laurent, the encounter humbled him in a way he never expected. Elise's grace haunted him. It forced him to confront the truth about himself, the smallness his wealth had hidden, the arrogance he'd mistaken for strength. In the weeks that followed, he began to change. Slowly, quietly, but genuinely. With her scholarship, Elise finished her studies with honors and built a career as a translator, advocating for students who came from backgrounds like hers. She never let bitterness grow in her heart. She chose compassion instead, believing that kindness is the strongest language of all. Her story is a reminder for anyone who's ever been overlooked or underestimated. Your worth is not measured by your job, your clothes, or your bank account. True strength is carried in your spirit. And sometimes, one brave moment can change everything. If Elise's journey touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness, where we bring light, compassion, and humanity back into the world, one story at a time.